Hey, what's going on, guys and girls? It's Nextillion, bringing you a video about cheating in Cyber Hunter. As everybody knows, Cyber Hunter is currently filled with cheaters using ESP hacks so they can see people through all types of textures, walls, terrain, you name it, using aimbots, using speed hacks, fly hacks, hacks where they can run through walls, all kinds of things, but there's a lot of other ways you can cheat. And there's a lot of people doing it that people don't realize. People will think that it's just these aimbot, ESP, fly hack, and speed hacks, but the game is full to the brim with other cheats. And I'm going to go through some of them, not all of them, but I'm going to go through some of the ones that I know. Yeah, let's get right into it. Hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to clear my throat here. Okay, so the first one, most common one, is to go to the config file. Okay, I'm gonna open up the config file right here real quick. To find it, you just find your game install directory and then go to this file here, config. Okay, open this up. And then this is the one and only thing that I personally use, and I was directed here by developers, and they've told me it's not against any terms and conditions, although I do still believe it gives me an unfair advantage against people that don't do it, and also against people like mobile players. Okay, so basically you got a load of different sensitivities. The in-game sensitivity you can't really edit as much. You just got the one basic sense that you can edit for each scope and like third person. Here, however, you have two extra options for each scope. So you'll see here we got the sensitivity for third person, and then if we go up here, we got the sensitivity for fire, no mirror. No mirror is pretty much no scope, so it's basically third person. Yeah. So basically, what happens here is I've got my sensitivity at 15, but then the second I start shooting, my sensitivity drops down to 10%. So basically, that means that I can look around as much as I want. You know, I can look around, see where enemies are, see what I need to see, and then the second I start to press that shoot button, my sensitivity drops, which allows me to have more accuracy on my weapons. Okay, so I'm able to see an enemy, whip round to them quickly, start shooting, and my sensitivity will then drop. And the lower sensitivity you have, the more accurate you can be with your guns. Okay, I'm back. I had to clear my throat. I did have before my normal sense, my fire sense at half of what my normal sense would be. I had it on all of my scopes and everything, but I felt it was very, very strong. It is very, very strong. It definitely makes it so you can kill people really quick. But if you're in a real close fight, your your fire sense will cause your sensitivity, like I said, to be in half. So you won't be able to like flick up if someone towers up, or flick down if they jump down very, very fast. So yeah, that's one of the negative things about using that is you won't be able to flick as fast. Wait, was this? I think there was something else. I should have read a list really of things to go through, because there was something else that I wanted to go through here, but I can't remember it right now. So we'll go to the top, and this is another bit of the config file that you can change to give yourself a little bit of advantage. Okay, So FPS level, you could change this. 3 in-game is the maximum, but if you change it to 4, that will give you higher FPS. FPS stands for frames per second, which is like how many pictures or frames that your screen can display per second. And also you could change, I think it's either graphic quality or graphic HDR. Well, no. Graphic quality or graphic quality show. You could set this to 0, which will reduce your graphics to a setting that's hidden. You cannot select it from in-game. And that will also make it so your textures don't render in as well, and you can clearly see enemies easier. I'm pretty sure that's about it for in this file. So just close that. Don't save. Now, oh, Jesus, sorry. Okay. Now for the juice, the super special file that all of these pro players, let's just say, let me just say, every streamer, Twitch streamer, YouTuber, like people who make compilation videos, all of these people who are making content, I've seen dozens and dozens and dozens of these YouTubers and Twitchers, and out of all of them, the only 3 other than myself that I see that do not change game files is Ro, Jagasin, and Rizvi. Okay? And keep in mind, I've seen dozens, if not hundreds, of other YouTubers and Twitchers, and every one of them is cheating in some way other than those 3 that I just listed. Okay? And this is the best file. This is the best. This is the juice. Okay? So basically, the Neox file, you want to right click on it, edit with, whatever, WordPad, Notepad is what I'm using. And we're going to be looking for a couple of things. The first one we're going to go into is direct input. Okay? It's automatically turned off. And you can enable this, which means that you can have a direct input from your mouse directly to the game, which means you have a 1-for-1 smoothness with your mouse, giving you a massive advantage on your accuracy, your speed, your smoothness. Like, it's ridiculous. It's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, so this will massively increase your aim. Then we have this is another one that's really massive. We got limit display rate. Okay, what this does is it limits the rate at which your display can display frames. It's basically a FPS limiter. If you turn this off and change this to false, I'm not going to do it, but if you turn this to false, Jesus. If you turn this to false, you'll be able to run the game with thousands of frames per second. Absolute insane frames per second you will be able to get if you change this right here. So you'll be playing against mobile players or PC players that are locked to like 50 to 55 frames per second, and this person will be here playing at like 1,000+ frames per second. Okay? The only way I can describe it to mobile players is, imagine you're in a car race, okay? I mean, it's not exactly like this, but it's kind of a comparison I'm going to make here. But whatever. You're in a car race. All of the cars look pretty much exactly the same, right? But you look at one car, you open up the hood, and there's someone in there who's got like a lawnmower fucking engine, and that's the mobile players. And then you go over to the other car and you lift up his hood, and then he's got a Formula One engine in there. And then the Formula One engine is racing against the lawnmower engine, okay? And the lawnmower engine's capping out at 50 to 55 miles per hour, whereas the Formula One engine is going 1,000, 2,000 miles per hour. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah, so if you turn this to false, you will have uncapped FPS. You'll be going like a Merv. Another really popular one is I think this is it. I'm not 100% sure. But basically, there's a setting in here somewhere that allows you to be able to use your abilities instantaneously. Currently, if you press an ability, the ability gets used after you let go of the button. But there's a way that you can change that from ability use on release, which is what it currently is, to make it use on press. And also there's a limit. I don't know if you should notice when you're playing the game is you can't really use abilities until both of your feet are registered as landing on the floor. So both of your feet have to be registered as landing on the floor or on some type of surface before you can use an ability. I think it's this fixed logic rate, I'm not 100% sure, but there's a setting in here somewhere that disables that, so you can use your abilities whenever. You could be jumping in the middle of the air. Well, I don't think that's exactly how it works, but it basically means that it doesn't have to register that you're 100% on an object before you can use it. So if you see someone who's able to if you're if you see someone who's able to tower up and use like 3-4 fucking shields all at once within like a second, within the time span that you're able to use one ability, then they've changed this setting. There's a couple of people. A lot of these 1,000 plus YouTubers are doing a lot of this stuff. I would just like to say, like, I can't watch anyone on YouTube other than Jagasin, Ro, and Rizvi, because all I can see is just cheat. That's all. I can't watch anyone. They're just all cheating. I can see exactly where they're cheating, and I see all these mobile players in the comments saying, "Oh, this guy's so good," and I just can't help but thinking, well, if only you would be that good if you took him out of the seat where he is, and you teleported into his seat, you would be playing exactly the same, because it's all his device that he's using. Okay, then we got this one here. This is another one that all of these streamers, compilation video YouTubers and streamers like to use, is the game resolution. It's default. It's 1280 by 720, which is 720p. Even though on PC it tells you that it's a 1080p, it's not. They lied to us. You can actually make this any resolution you want. You can change the resolution to anything you want. And if you go further down, let me scroll down here, you'll actually see the render scale of what the game actually is supposed to render at. Okay, this is what the game is supposed to render at. So basically what's happening is, if you the only way I can describe it is like, if you've got a picture that's supposed to be long ways and then you like stretch it so it's a square, like it doesn't fit properly. This aspect ratio is not the same as this aspect ratio. so they've had to stretch it, and it doesn't quite fit properly. So what people are able to do are edit the render resolution, edit the actual client resolution to give themselves a game that's like one for one, so they can actually see the game properly for how it's actually supposed to be. Yeah, let me just double check. Is there anything else in here? Okay, I can't see anything else. I think that might be it for this Neox, at least for that I know. There might be a ton more things. Oh no, that's the thing. I know that you can change the field of view. That's one thing. So basically that just means you can see more on your screen, but I don't know how to do that. And there's another one which increases the range at which you can hear audio. So let's say you could hear audio at like 50 meters or 100 meters, like for one certain sound. You can increase the sound stage, so you could hear that audio from like 100, like double the distance, pretty much. That gives you a massive advantage. So you'd be able to hear gunshots twice as far. Like at the moment, you can hear gunshots like 300 meters, I think. But if you could increase it so you could hear it from 400, 500 up to like 600, maybe even more, I don't know. But yeah, you can change all stuff like that. Another one is for NVIDIA people, and also you can do it on AMD Radeon, but I don't know how to do it on there. But on here, you can go to check the client. Basically you download NVIDIA Profile Inspector, and then you find the game here. Game's named client. You come down here. What are we looking for? You want to go here. Texture filter in negative LOD bias, allow, and then it's one of these two. You type in 0 times 0000000, and then it's like 78, I think, something like that, and then do that, and then apply changes. It's either 78 or 76, something like that. I can't remember. We'll find out in a second. But this is, I mean, you'll notice that streamers and YouTubers don't go this far because it's so blatantly obvious. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. So you can instantly see the background's gone. Okay, and now we're going to a training. Go into training here, and there you go. Look at this. Boom. This is another way that people cheat in the game, but this is just cheating in the game. This is not for streamers, YouTubers, and Twitchers. This is just a way to generally cheat in the game. You can, well, it removes all the grass, it removes the trees, it does all of this other stuff that you can clearly see. It just destroys all the textures. It makes the game smoother and all that type of stuff. But if you don't want to go that far, you can. It's got a default setting that you can add. It's weird because the plus, you would think that if you go plus, that it would give you more detail, and a negative would give you less detail, but it's not. It's the other way around. So you go plus detail, or you go into plus numbers to give you less detail, and we'll apply that, or open this. And now this is the setting that a lot of the YouTubers and streamers and everything use. This setting right here is the setting that they use. I'll show you it. Oh Jesus, trying to make a video and my throat's going mental. It's so annoying. Very annoying. Right, we're loading up. We're loading up. Okay. So, a lot of you mobile players, you'll be like, oh, I can't tell a difference. But if you on PC, if you load it on PC, the grass, you can't see the grass. The trees don't load in. You can't see the textures. If there was a player here, you could spot the player instantly. You could see the player like where he is. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone to run out here. But basically what it does is it lowers all of the graphics, the textures, the quality of everything other than items and players and abilities and cars. So if you were to see a player against the background of all of these bad textures, you could instantly locate that player, and you'll notice a lot of Twitchers, YouTubers used like this setting. They might not go 100% all the way to this setting. They might go to maybe like 2, because 3 is a bit much. Some do use 3, but yeah. But this is one way that they do it as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I should have made a list, so I should go through it. But yeah, the things I haven't showed. Yeah, this is the setting that they use. A lot of them use this one, which is 2 on the on this setting right here. It's 2. So it's kind of passable. Like a lot of you on mobile players, probably you wouldn't even notice this. A lot of PC players might not even notice it. But the quality is terrible. Like the trees don't render in properly. They don't pop in. You could shoot through trees like this because the trees aren't rendered in. You could see exactly where enemies are. Yeah. So there's that. I think that's it. I mean, there's the field of view thing that people edit, but I don't know how to do that. But there you go. Right, I'll probably try and make another video. I'll make another video. I'll make it a bit more organized. I'll write a list and go through everything one by one, and then I'll try and get the field of view and all of the other stuff in here. But there you go. That's that. That's the way that the people cheat and get away with it. And again, I want to quickly say at the end here that there are a lot of people that are changing this here, and the main ones are the resolution, the render resolution here, but the biggest one is this and this. They're getting thousands of frames per second, and they're getting direct input with their mouse, and then uploading videos, and everyone's like, oh, this guy's crazy, sick, and I'm just like, he's cheating. But anyway, there you go. That's some of the ways I know about cheating in Cyber Hunter. I hope that answers some of your questions about it. A lot of people come and question me in the stream, like, how do you do this, how do you do that? That's how they do it. Right, much love. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.